So today is October the 23rd. This is a partial tutorial. We have not learned all the material on the study guide, so I'm only going to go over what we have so far learned. Alrighty, and then as we continue forward, by the time we get to the end of the week, I will have the entire tutorial up for you. Let's go. So number one, how do archaeologists learn about or study the past? Okay, archaeologists learn about the study the past by examining remains of people and their artifacts. Where this information came from, we did notes on it. It also was in our Module 1, Lesson 1 that I had you do several weeks ago on Ed. Number two, why do historians read diaries and letters from the past? Historians read diaries and letters from the past to find out what happened to the people from the past. They are considered a primary source. Actually learned this in Ed Module 1, Lesson 1. Sorry, I got interrupted. So diaries are considered primary source. In other words, it's told from the point of view of somebody actually witnessed the events. We think about probably one of the most famous diaries you've heard of, the Diary of Anne Frank. That entire story was her historical perspective on hiding from the Nazis during World War II. Okay, where do we learn this from? Again, this comes from Ed Module 1, Lesson 1. Historical sources are two types. A primary source is an account of an event created by someone who took part in or witnessed the events. Letters, diaries, artifacts, photographs, documents, and royal commands are all primary sources. Number 5, based on our activity in class, which question about the past does Cave Art most help to answer? The question from the past that Cave Art most helps to answer is to tell stories and people's thoughts, what they found important. Animals, for example, were frequently shown. And that pretty much demonstrates that not only did they hunt animals, but they used their skins for clothing. They used the horns and bones as tools. It showed what kind of technology, and of course, you know, by technology, I don't mean modern day technology. I mean like spears, bows and arrows. And then it shows what their lives were like. Number 6. I don't think I'm actually going to go over this, so I'm just going to take the time to go over it now. What types of artifacts might a paleoanthropologist examine? Well, paleo is the old Stone Age. An anthropologist is a social scientist who studies culture. We learned that again in our first couple weeks of school. So paleoanthropology then is a branch of anthropology concerned with fossil hominids. So a paleoanthropologist might examine bones, teeth, and skeletons of prehistoric man. Okay, number 7, identify and describe the physical characteristics of Africa that enabled early humans to survive there. The physical characteristics of Africa that enabled early humans to survive there were that Africa had grasslands and water sources. Okay, this information came directly from Section 16 notes. So if you flip over to your notes, you'll be able to find right here, Africa provided wooded areas and grasslands where animals grazed. Plants, fruits, insects, and small animals were plentiful. Water supplies changed with the seasons, so early hominids stayed near water sources or moved with the seasons. And that is it. I will keep updating this video, and as we go through, there's going to be a lot of information covered between now and the test. So again, if you're in my B-Day class, we will wrap this all up, and you guys are going to have some homework to do independently to get this finished up. And my A-Day class, we're doing our Cave Art tomorrow. Thanks for listening.